Hi guys, you are welcome to today's session of the UI design training. In today's class, we'll be talking about UI research, right? As our custom is, let's mention our name and where we are joining from. Mention your name and where you are joining from. Mention your name and where you are joining from. Very fast, very fast. I don't want this class to be more than 1 hour. All right, Josh from Akwa Ibom, Joy from Benue, amazing. Good evening to you, educational gist. Meg from Benin, amazing, amazing. Everyone should register their name and where they are joining from. I'm trying not to show my face today because I just want to feel free. I want to relax. I'm live, but I'm not live. All right, so let's just get right into it. Alfred from Port Harcourt, amazing. Vitalis from Lagos. So, what I'll be teaching you guys today is very, very important in your UI UX design journey, right? So, like I always tell people, being able to design one screen is good, but it doesn't make you an efficient UI UX designer, right? You can only say you are good enough to handle project when you are able to design from end to end, right? That's from the sign up process to the home screen to every feature of a particular application, right? So what I'll be teaching us in tonight's class, I want to walk you through how to do UI research. UI research is a very important part of the design process, right? So if you are given a particular project to work on, how do you get inspiration? So in a layman terms, I'll just say UI UX research, or UI research rather, is what's it called? Is doing, like, just getting inspiration. Let's call it inspiration, right? So I have something for us tonight. I call this user interface research. So UI means user interface, right? So UI research, or user interface research, is the process of understanding how users interact with products interface to inform better design decision, right? You want to understand how the user will interact with the product interface. Once that is understood, um, you'll be able to make better design decision, right? Like I said, it is a critical phase. I think I should make this yellow. It is a critical phase of the UI UX design process. If you don't know how to do UI research, you will be stuck when you are designing. So in fact, I can even say people do well based on how much they know about UI research. You understand? You will do well if you know UI research. So this class is very important. If I will advise you, I will advise you to pay rapt attention. This is already in the course, right? But I'm just doing this for emphasis sake, because some persons are already doing their project, and when I see their screen, the first question I ask them is, where did you get your reference from? Where did you get your reference from, right? So if you are looking at a bad reference, your design will be bad. If you don't have any reference at all, your design will also be bad. So what will determine how good your design is based on where you are drawing your reference from. That's why I said UI research is a very vital part. You understand? I will give you some tricks in tonight's class, so everybody pay attention as to make progress. So like I've just said, UI research is a very vital part of the design process, especially when aiming to create intuitive. Intuitive means nice to have, or yeah, it's functional, right? It's not cloggy. It doesn't it's not unhealthy, right? If that's the word. You are creating a clean design. So if you want to create clean designs, I advise you to be to not be too creative if you are starting out. If you are starting out your design journey, right, as a designer, you should learn how to do good research, and that's what we'll be learning in tonight's class. So if you want to design clean designs, you need to know how to research for clean UI, right? It's one thing to know how to draw your create your buttons, lay your text and all of that, your element. Is another thing to know where to get this element. That's why when I was teaching you guys how to design WhatsApp, I mentioned that go for excellence. If this text is user interface design, if I want to recreate this text, I should be able to do something like this. User, okay, it's even giving me, let me change the text. So if I'm recreating something, I should be able to make it exactly. That's what excellence in design is, right? So if I type user interface, for instance, INTRFACE, SARCH. So it's one thing to know how to type, it's another thing to know how to create what I'm seeing right now. So when you know how to do user research and you can create things excellently, trust me, your UI design will be very, very nice. When you do a project, it's going to come out well. You understand? It's going to come out well. If you are hearing me and you are following, type I'm following, because I'm about to get into the deep part. Right? Type I'm following. Let me be sure everyone is following. Type I'm following if you are hearing me. Type I'm following if you are hearing me. All right. It means everyone is hearing. I've seen one. I'm following. So this is it. So like I said, UI research is simply, in a layman terms, don't make it to be ambiguous. UI research is where you get your inspiration, your design inspiration, right? So there are three categories I'll be discussing in this class. The first one is product research. So if you are given a product or a project to design, each project has its own niche, right? So you need, for product research, you are searching for competitors. Let me call that competitors. I hope my spelling is correct. You are searching for already existing apps, already existing yes, application or website, already, READY, already existing, ESISTING, apps and websites, as the case may be. And what else? Basically this. So when you are doing product research, so if I'm asked to design a fintech app now, how do I do my UI research? I will search for already existing fintech product. That's the first one. Product research. Product research. Do you know how to underline? So product research is you searching for competitors and already existing application. I will show you websites where you can do all of this in shortly. Then the next category of UI research, take for instance, now we're working on ride sharing application, right? What I expect you guys to do for product research, go and download Uber if you don't have it, download Bolt, download InDrive, go through the user the interface, right? Check the home screen, check the what's it called, check the sign up screen, check the home page, check how the flow is, how they book app, right? Check all of those things. That's how you get your you are doing product research, right? So when you see Bolt, you see InDrive, you see Uber, you can compare. You understand? For those in Lagos, there is an application called Lag Ride. That one, they even have their special cars, because the last time I went to Lagos, I saw that amazing solution, right? Similar to Bolt. So you can, if you're in Lagos, you can download Lag Ride, download Bolt, download Uber, check their interface, the different screens, right? So for the categories, or if you are looking at product research, you search for competitors and already existing application or website, as the case may be. So if it's a website, you search for, I'll show you how to do all of that in this class, don't worry. But if it's an app, go to Play Store, go to Apple Store. If you're using an Apple phone, iPhone, search for already existing product, go there, search ride sharing application. You will see a lot of them, install them. Most UI UX designers do research like this so they can see the interface. Remember, you want to make better design decision, right? So how do I design my login page? How do I design my onboarding screen? Let me even break a bit. I think this break is necessary at this point. So how do you even start your UI research in the first place? Remember where we're coming from our last class? We did information architecture, right? We listed all the screens. You see the way we're moving from user flow to information architecture. Now we're entering UI research. Our next class will be wireframes, but I can't teach you wireframe when you've not known how to do good UI research, right? So how do you do UI research? So once I've gotten all the screens based on my user flow and my information architecture, I will now start for product research. Now I will start searching for already existing products. You understand? That's Uber, Bolt, InDrive, and the likes. The next thing I want to search for, the next category of research, is called layout research, or layout research. That's the screens, how screens are laid. We can categorize screens here, screens. So you can see my information architecture here, right, from what we did in the last class. We have authentication screen, home screen, right, process, payment screen, profile. So if I want to do research on this, this is called layout research, right? I can research about screens. I will do practical shortly. I'm just giving you the key terms, right, so that you will know. I want you to be a designer that knows what he or she is doing, right? I don't want you to cut corners, right? I want to take you through the process. So first thing I need you to know, if you understand product research, type some of the products that you can research about when it comes to ride sharing application. So if I'm to do fintech app now and I'm doing UI research for that, I will check, type some of the products, existing products for ride sharing application that you can explore. Both amazing. So if I was doing fintech UI research now, I will go and check out OP, check out my banking apps, right? Check out already existing products. When I'm checking out these products, what am I studying? I'm studying how they design their screens, the different pages. If it's a website, the different screens, how they lay out. I want to check their user experience, right? I'm doing product research. Next thing is layout research. You are checking different screens, right? Once you've known the product, inside that product, you can now do your layout research. You understand? You check how their home screen looks like, how their login screen looks like. Once you have these pictures in your mind, you can now make your decision like, okay, this is how I want my design to be. You understand? The next thing is component research. Component research can also be said to be the UI element, element. So some of the elements are buttons. How did Bolt do their button? How did Uber do their button? Even their color. If you don't have a brand color, right? Let's say your company does not have a brand color. For our kind of project now, you understand? Component research include UI elements, which involves colors. You can do for fintech products, for instance. There are similar colors they use for fintech. So they use black, they use blue. You understand? So when you check out other people's product, you can see how they manage their colors. You understand, for the application. So you are doing component research. So these things are very important. I'll be going into practical shortly, but I'm just taking you through this route. So we've talked about product research, colors, colors, button, button, navigation bar, and lots more, right? So when you are talking about component or element research, you are researching how these people design. Do you know that some buttons can be like this? Let me just quickly do a design. Button. You know how to create buttons, right? If you don't use auto layout for your button up to this time, you are wrong. So when you want to create a button, you type your text and press Shift A to add your auto layout. I've just done that. You can see auto layout added. So I'll give it a few color. Let's say I'm giving it a blue color now. So do you know that some people, they do their button like this? Some applications, another application will do, they will give it a corner radius like 8. You can see that, right? Another application will give you corner radius of, let's say, 16. Another application will give you corner radius of 24 or even 30, 32. Just I want full curve, right? You can see that. So these are different button styles. So when you do proper UI research, right, you've checked already existing product, you've checked interface, right? That's screens. What else? You've done elements, UI element, I mean UI component, of course. You will see what the button, so it will inform, okay, if I can say I want to make my buttons like this. Some people say they want to make their button depending on what you want to do. So this is where UI research comes. But if you don't do proper UI research, you end up just doing anything. It will be anything goes, right? Someone should type anything goes. Without proper UI research, your design will be anything goes. Let's say anything. Anything goes. Someone should type that. I want everybody to type anything goes. So if you don't do proper UI research, your design will be anything goes. And I don't want your design to be anything goes, like anyhow it is. Let's just no. You are being trained to be a professional. What, in fact, I was studying one lady online. Her name is Rachel Howe. Some of you, they even subscribe to, I'll show you some websites in today's class. They subscribe to some plans, see what other designers have done, right? Then you can now recreate. Of course, you've known how to create your button, but how do you choose the choice of button for your particular design? You need to do good UI research. Check already existing product, check components and all that. So let's quickly get into practical. I've been talking a lot, but they are very important. So where some reference website where you can do your UI research. Number one that is very popular and very user friendly is called behance.net. At this point, I think I have to share my full screen. Behance.net is one website that you can do your UI research. You understand? You can do UI research in behance.net. So how do you get behance.net? I'm trying to share my screen. How do you get behance.net? You go to BEHANC. So talking about, let's even follow it as per category base. So for the first one, which is product research, let's do it category base, right? On Behance, you can see already existing product. I'm already signed in, not behance.com or behance.net. You understand? Behance.net. You will see a lot of designers. You can get bunch of inspiration from here. This is already in the training, but I'm just doing this for emphasis sake, right? And I'll try to show you more websites that probably I didn't touch. So if I'm working on a ride sharing application, I'll come over here. Once I'm signed in, it's easy to sign in, right? You just sign up, or sign up if you don't have an account. You sign up with your email, sign up with Google, right? They've made things easy. So once you are logged in, this is why you need to be logged in so that you can save. There's something I call mood board, right? So I'll come here and type ride. Remember, at this point, I've downloaded my boat, I've downloaded Uber. I'm studying each interface, the flow, how their login is, how their onboarding screen is, how their sign up page is, how their splash screen. I've studied all of that. I'm doing further research right now, and I'm going to Behance. So I'll come here and type ride sharing. You can see UI UX mobile app. So anyone you click, let me try this app design. You will see inspiration, what people are doing. But the difference between product research, that's when you are downloading already existing product, and this type is that for this type, which I'm doing currently, you might not see all the screens like you will see in the product. Sometimes it might be lucky, but at this point now, what we are doing from what I'm sharing, we are doing screen research. That's, we are checking different screens. So if I want to check out different inspiration for my home screen, once I type right here on application, I can click on any one. This is super app one. Yeah, let's just check this one. So you can see explore now, ride, rental, food. So sometimes it may not be exactly what you are doing, so you need to be careful. Another thing you can be researching about, because at the end of the day, though this is not UI research, at the end of your project, you are going to present like this. I'll show you how to do all these things. So you can also come and check out layout, how they lay their elements, right? So that when you are doing your own presentation, we'll do this mock-up when it's time. I'll get new mock-ups for you guys to use for a presentation. But see the way they are laying wireframe day 10 to day 14. This is called UI presentation, right? You can check Behance to get inspiration. Remember I said UI research is just basically doing research to get information. You can see their information, their user flow, right? From the splash screen to the sign up, login, see the way they are presenting that, right? So if this is like the product I'm trying to work on, I'll just save it to my mood board. Can you see save here? Then I'll add to mood board. You can create a new mood board, like let's say new mood board. You type the name, ride application, press create. It's going to come up here, then you save that. You understand? This is us going through Behance. So Behance will give you case study, right? It's going to this is not looking like what I want, so I'll just close it. I had to save it to teach you how to save, right? So this is ride sharing application. This other, so I'll check it. Sometimes it's not even the color you are trying to check. You are trying to check how they lay their design. For me, this kind of design, I won't go for it because it's looking childish to me. You understand? But you can see, apart from the design, you can see how their, what's it called, is clean, their presentation. So you can also get inspiration, you understand, for presentation. This is problem statement, what you are trying to solve, solution. You see all those things you are doing in my room, you can see them playing out, right? Keyword insights, your research, some of the things you found out from the research. These are your Miro shots. Are you seeing them? Those shots, they had to present them. You can see it, right? So all those things you did in your Miro, those feedback you got, people analyze it and put in their presentation. So competitor analysis, these are existing application. This is what they are trying to build. Uber, you can see Uber is a competitor. InDrive, you can see what they are putting, affordable price, language support. When you see what people are doing, you can even boost your own features, the features of your own app, right? If there are some things you didn't plan to put, you will put them because you have done proper research. You understand? You can see the user journey. We didn't talk about it. You can see empathy map, how they feel, what they do. I'm trying to go straight to their, you can see their user flow, right? All those things we did. This is their information architecture. But I'm trying to go, okay, here, this is it. So if it's something I like, I might just come here and say, okay, this is their onboarding screen. This is how they lay it. There is what's it called? A picture. It is an illustration, right? Then title, description, next button. Some person's onboarding screen, the next button will be around here. You understand? You can see skip here. So you are checking the layout, how these things are laid. So Behance is one place. I've shown you how to save it, right? So if it's something you like, for me, I don't like the app, I'll not lie, but I like the presentation. I hope this person does not watch my video in the future, but I like the presentation. So if I want to do my own presentation like this, you can also save it, select the right application. You have your limit is boundless. You understand? When you are doing your research, you can search for more than 20 products until you see what you want. This one now, from the what's it called, from the cover page, I'm already seeing something I like. So if I open this now, these are called case study. You can see this, right? So this looks like the home page when I'm trying to search for. So when you see all these things, it's going to help you know how to place your design, right? I'm going straight to the UI. I'm not looking at all these other things. But you can learn from it, right? Our next class will be wireframes. I will show you how to do all these kind of designs. But of course, you need to have been able to get your inspiration. You get, because this is just designing black and white. I will do that next week Sunday. So if I see what that, you can see login page. So this is how they do their login page. I think the shape of this button is a bit curvy compared to the other ones. So when you see how the flow is, okay, for my splash screen, I go to my sign up screen. Let me close that. Okay, this is login. If you don't have an account, you click on sign up, my sign. So you can look at what people are doing, and you OTP verification. Who are you? Driver, passenger, confirm, upload. This is like onboarding the user. You understand? Verification, all of that. Then when you are done, congratulations. You can see that. Then that's that. You get. So you can see this is the profile. When you click on okay, where's the home screen itself? Okay, when you click on this and picture, this will open. Here you can see the profile, history, payment. If you check both, you will still see something similar. So when you've done proper research, my friends, trust me, your work will be easy. So okay, somebody might be asking us, sir, if I've gotten this, how do I design from here in Figma? Simple. Once I've saved this to my mood board, I've shown you how to do that. I can come back to my mood board. If it's this screen I want to work on, if you are using a Windows laptop, you should have sniping tool. I'll just come over here, click my sniping tool, snipe it, copy it, go over to my Figma. You can create a page here. Just create a page and call it mood board. I paste all my inspiration here for different screens. So that when I'm designing now, you know the way we replicated our WhatsApp screen, you can now look at it. That's why I said, even when you are replicating your screen, go for excellence. If you don't know how to design things the way it is, your UI design will be very bad. If you don't know how to design things the way it is, your UI design will be very bad. But when you know how to design things the way it is, right, you will be designing good UI after you've done proper research. So I now know that, okay, this is my let me even go somewhere and get something. So if this is how I want to do my payment success page, this if you are paying from your app, or this I want to do my home screen. Remember, this is how both is. They'll ask you, where are you going to want? Once you type, you see the next output, right? Something like this. Are you seeing it? So if I want to design this screen now for my own, I just take a screenshot, simple, and move it to my Figma, then I design. At the end of the day, you'll see that it will take you some time, but trust me, when you are doing your presentation, your design will be like you are a professional. I used to tell people, don't be creative. Even somebody shared his work. If you're in this class, I love you with my heart, but I want you to be good. So if you're in this class, the person's design was just looking bluish. He's not using the colors properly, right? So, but when you've done proper research, if you're in this class, identify yourself. I'm going to send you 2,000 naira for identifying yourself, right? Just identify it's me. If you are not the one, don't lie. So but when you've done proper research, right, if I'm designing now, maybe what will change here will just be the color. If this black now is Uber color, you understand, it even help you make informed decision for your choice of color for your app. You know, I only gave you the name of the app. I didn't give you the color you should choose. So some person will now choose a color like pink. I don't know what you are doing with your life. You get, how will you use pink for Uber? How? So if you've done your UI research and there's no brand using pink, what on earth will now make you use pink? You see why proper UI research is good? Once you've done good research, you should be expecting a great design, right? So let's say I don't want to start doing designs in this class. I'm just showing you what to do, right? So if this is what I want to create my search screen to look like, I will model it. You understand? Design it the way they've done, and I go to the next research screen. Remember, we have our user flow, right, where we've listed out all the screens we want. So even in your product research, let's say you downloaded the existing app, you can take screenshots of different pages, send it to yourself on WhatsApp, bring it to your Figma, and you model what they are doing if that's what you want to replicate, right? Don't be creative, don't be too creative. Your creativity should be in how you can steal, how well you can steal. If you don't know how to steal as a designer, we can't say you are creative. You understand? So how well you can steal will determine how creative you are. And when I talk about stealing, I'm saying when you are replicating a design, it should be almost exact, if not 100% exact. So if I'm doing this, let's say this is, hope you know this is a UI element. It's called what's the name of this stuff? I've forgotten the name. Okay, yeah, it's called bottom sheet. Bottom sheet. It came from down. That's why it's called bottom sheet. This thing you are seeing here, you can swipe it down to take this down. So you can bring it up. I think it's coming from this place, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, I've missed that home screen. So this is bottom sheet, right? So when you know the names of the MA, okay, I want to design my bottom sheet to look like this. You're adding the time it's going to arrive. So this is you doing proper UI research. That's for Behance, right? So there are a lot of I've shown you how to save to your mood board, right? So the more you do your research, the better your designs will be. So on Behance, there are a lot of, you can just, if you are designing for fintech now or maybe e-commerce, I'll just type e-commerce. If I'm designing for a crypto application, I'll do crypto. If you are designing for web3, you are seeing crypto and blockchain, right? So I'll just click on it. You see a lot of design, whether it's a landing page for a crypto this thing or something. You can see maybe as we advance during our internship, right, we'll be doing serious designs like this. First finish your application. During internship, there's a general internship for everybody after your first project, right? So depending on what you are designing, right, you can get a lot of stuff in Behance. Another place to get inspiration, right, is called Dribble. Dribble is one place. These are popular places I'm walking you guys through. Dribble.com, triple B. So if I go over here and I type dribble.com, so if I go to Dribble, you can see discover the world's top designers. So senior designers put out content here. You understand? So you can search for inspiration on product design, web design. If I want web design, I click on web design. Let's say I'm designing landing page, but since we are designing ride sharing application, right, you can see mobile app. If you want mobile, you click on mobile, you see different. I learned this recently from my teacher. He taught me that you don't only need to get inspiration from what's it called, you don't only need to get inspiration from the particular product you are trying to design, right? Let's say I'm designing for fintech. I can get inspiration from health application. You understand how they do their card, how they design their card. So it must not necessarily be a fintech product, but of course you can start with that. But as you advance, you can now start getting inspiration from other, because by then you'd have even known the name. So this is a medical application, right? So if I want my cards to have this kind of curve, even if I'm okay, let me even show you something now. If we go over to this my mood board, let me show you something real quick. You can see this today active. Let me show you what I'm trying to just say now. Can you see the today active ride, past ride? See the way the card is. Are you seeing the curve? Right? You can see it, right? I can say, oh, this is how I want my own curve to be. It should be more curvy. Are you seeing that? So you can get inspiration from anywhere. You can get, so if I'm trying to get inspiration for what's it called? You can use short. Okay, short is what we're looking for. Ride sharing, RIDE sharing app. You will see what people have done, but the bad thing about Dribble is that you won't see all the screens. That's why you need to know the different categories of UI research. You should know when you have to download the application to do your research. You should know when to use Behance, right? Because Behance and some of these other apps, you won't get the full details. So you can see this first one now, right? Sharing. Senior designers just come here and post their work. You can see this is like the booking session. So this is your driver is coming and all of that. You can see what they are doing, right? This is where they want to go to once you put in the ride. I see, and they sometimes they deliberately scatter the screen so you can't really figure it out. Maybe as a client or you want to steal their design, but of course, when you know how to steal, it's not a big deal. You can see, okay, this one is arranged. You can see from the where you want to go to, then your pickup location. Are you seeing that just the way boat is, right? So don't do something that is out of scope. Try to model what is already existing. Let's go to the next one. You can see the difference when your driver is calling you. Yeah, speak message driver. So you can just check what's going on. For this type, it's easy to copy. You can just right click, copy the image, go over to your Figma, paste it there. In fact, that guy that submitted his assignment, I know you are in this class, whether you like it or not. When I checked his Figma file, I saw that he only had one page, the main page. I didn't see inspiration. I asked, where did you get your inspiration from? I didn't really answer like that. So you must have done proper research. For those of you that are already doing your application, kudos to you. But if you didn't do this research, I don't know. I'll find out when I'm reviewing your work. So on Dribble, you can get shots. You can see this one, right? Just find something that looks cool, that look like what you want to do. For me, I don't like this, but I like the way their map is, right? You can even, do you know you can design your own map? And also if you want to get map from, so you can create this kind of thing. You can design map if you want. This is payments. This is the splash screen, I believe. You can check to see what some of them, they just put mockups. They don't really want to show you. Okay, you can see this. So when you find something you like, cool, you just right click, copy it. Of course, I won't do detailed research here because I'm just teaching you what to do. I'll come back, right click, paste here. Another website where you can get research, right, is called UI Land. UI Land .design, UI Land .dsgn. Once you press enter, this is what it looks like. Here, what you will get is already existing application. You understand? These guys are quite stingy. So what they do, if you are not in the premium package, you understand, you won't see the whole screen. They will, let me give you an example. Now, if I go to logistics, let me do logistics and see. Logistics, of course, both falls under logistics, right? No. This is not it. Let me just, okay, travel. Let's do travel. You'll find both here. So if I come over here, you can see both, right? You can even see Uber. So if you click on any of them, you will see their application. This is Uber. You can see 160 screens, the entire application, 160 screens. You understand? For this, if you check both should be something similar to any niche you are designing for. You can find them here. I'll go back to travel again. Okay, it's even here. Sorry, I'll click on both is 83 screens, but sometimes you can see the different screen, right? This is splash screen, this is sign up screen. Enter both, you are signing up with your number or your email. Enter number, will send you SMS. So you can come here, study all this app. You understand? So of course you already have both, so you can take your time. But if you're inside both app, you may not even know how to go round the application to see the 86 screens. You understand? Yes, I say what they say, subscribe to view all 83 screens, right? So they'll just show you some, so you subscribe. So what I do if I'm using UI land, if I see something I like, let's say an application and they are holding the remaining screens, I will go to App Store and download the app. All these applications you see, they are already existing applications. So I'll go to App Store, download the app. My God, 600 screens. Why would they not pay the people in hundreds of thousands of dollars, or maybe $10K, $20K to design 600 screens? I think that UI design, there's work. There's work. I wish I could show my face, but I'm not in the mood to do that. But there is work. There is work in design. Get ready. Get ready. You understand? So once you see it, of course, they won't give you access to 600 screens. Go over, if it's something you like, what I'm looking out for here now is their elements, right? You get what I'm trying to say? If you are following, type I'm following. I've been talking since. If you are following, type I'm following. So you can see, let's say I'm designing something like Airbnb now. You can check out how they lay their elements. You understand? Are you seeing what I'm saying? So even if it's not Airbnb, you can just check out for UI layout. You understand? If you want to do a carousel, see the way they do it. See all these are dot dot dot. So you can just check, look at how things are done. Unlock premium. I'll just go and download Airbnb app to access everything. You understand? So without taking further time, let me quickly walk you through the next. Okay, somebody is asking now, how do we now get copy this to our Figma? Use your screenshots. Use screenshots. So if I look at this app now, for instance, 203 screens. If I like, let's say I like this, the way their login is. I want my password to be on the line, the login stroke. I'll just go over to my sniping tool. This tool has helped me a lot in my design journey. You snipe it, copy it, take it to your Canva, design Canva, and paste it there. Then you replicate. So once you've done proper UI research, it's not going to be difficult for you. One more website, and all these things I've been saying, I've been focusing on apps, but trust me, even if it's website research you are doing, let's even take a look at the UI land. So you can see web, you can see mobile. So if I click web, let's say it's website I'm doing, and I go to business website, I can see how they structure this. If I'm designing a website, what I even do, another thing I do, I can do my research from Google. If it's a website I'm designing, or maybe a software platform, I'll just come and say, even ChatGPT, a time will come when I'll teach us AI, but let me just show you something. I'll type top 10. If I'm designing, let's say, a SaaS product, top 10 SaaS websites. You now see, I'm using Google now to do my UI research. See 15 best SaaS website example in 2025. If I was designing a website and how to get inspiration, What's going on here? Oh, oh my god, that link is not. Let's do this 30 best and see if it comes out. You can get website from Google like that. So I'll just come here. Like I said, this thing is very important too. Very, very important. If you know how to do UI research, your design journey will be smooth. Not as far you won't struggle. Why? Right. But you'll be ahead of your colleagues like 100 times, because those ones that want to be creative, they want to design from scratch. You see somebody designing a background with pink. Who does that? If you are not doing all these fashion websites, why do that? Check out most of the website, they use white background. So why are you using pink? That's because you didn't do good research. So if I want to stock ClickUp, I'll right click, open a new tab. Let's do Spline. Let's do Juno. So let's say I want to design landing page now for a SaaS company. I'll go and search for already existing websites, right? What am I doing? If you get this one, I'll know you have been following. If I'm searching for already existing product, what am I doing? Let me check. If I'm searching for already existing product, what exactly am I doing? Among the three categories I've taught you guys tonight, what am I doing? Yeah, UI land, you can download and copy. If it's mobile app now, let me go back to mobile. The screens they make available to you, you should be able to download and copy it. So if I open this ticket swap, see copy, can you see copy? You can copy the image and just take it to, I see they already say I've exhausted my 30 image. I just came here, bro. Oh my god. So if they don't like to copy screenshots, I've copied that one anyway. I hope it's copied before they told me I've exhausted. It didn't copy, or they say I've exhausted. So if copy is not working for you, let's say you have done the 30 screenshots, at least your sniping tool will not tell you have exhausted something. So now talking about already existing product, if I'm doing for ClickUp now, I've already known the address. I'll just click on it. It takes me to the ClickUp website. So I will look at how they do their landing page, right? And I can replicate, not necessarily exactly, but how they lay their elements. You understand? You can see this try for free button. So if I want to do the try for free my own, I can put this gradient. You understand? Maybe I'll give you this as a bonus for this class. Let me quickly design the gradient button so that somebody can learn how to design. This thing now you are seeing is layout, right? The title, the description, and the action button. You understand? So you can just get inspiration from any and everywhere. But these 5 places I've told you, Behance number 1, Dribble number 2, UI land number 3. Okay, we'll just touch Google. You can do your research on Google. Just type top. If I just take for example, if I type ride sharing application, you will see different ride, even the ones that are not in Nigeria. I seen them. You can now go to Google, just search this is Cabify. I'll just click on it. You can see 22 more. So there are a lot of places you can get inspiration for ride sharing. Don't just get any and anyhow inspiration. No, let your inspiration be clean. You understand? Time will fail me to design that stuff I wanted to do, but let's just try. It's my bonus. I'm done. If you have questions, drop it there so that I can quickly take it after doing my design. So how do you design this kind of button? If I look at it closely, it has outline and field color, and both the outline and field color is a gradient, right? Is a gradient. So how do I achieve that? I'm going to draw my box. hold shift to get a perfect square. If you look at the gradient, you know that there are three colors, this, and this. It's just moving like that. So I'll get three boxes, alternate to duplicate. Don't worry, a time will come, we'll be doing the internship part will be more of improving your UI design. What I want us to achieve this first part is to, what's it called, learn how to design from end to end, right? Learn how to do research, learn how to do the necessary things you should do when you are given a project, right? Interpret the project, understand it, do your user flow, do your information architecture, and all that. Once you are done, I'm teaching you UI research, still use all you've learned, do your project first. Yeah, they can. Oh, you can't see my screen. Sorry. You see it now. Sorry about that. But you're hearing my voice, right? So I've just drawn three boxes. You know how to draw box, right? I don't need to do that again. Hold shift to get a perfect square. Alternate to duplicate this and this. So I was trying to say that this button, for my looking at it, there's an outline and there's a fill color. And I noticed that the outline has a gradient fill as well. Same thing as the field. Is it my people that are calling me? Can you see my screen now? Please confirm if you can see my screen. Hello. Can you see my screen? All right. No, don't be lost. Hope, don't be lost. I said we're done with the UI research. I gave you about 5 websites and places to do your research. And I've mentioned that you are researching for screens, you are researching for layout, you are researching for already existing product, right? I'm trying to give you guys a bonus. During our research, I saw something I was interested in. Pick that call, please. So we're trying to do that now. Maybe we'll just leave this. This bonus is not looking like it wants to work. But if I want to do something like that, this is what I would do. I'll get my eyedropper to have gotten my 3 boxes. The reason why I'm doing 3 boxes is so that I can copy the color code. I use box to copy color code. So I'll select the first box, go to my eyedropper to take this shade of gradients. I'll select the second box, go to my eyedropper tool. So I'll select the third box, go to my eyedropper tool, and I get this color code. Please confirm once again if you can see my screen. It's very okay. Everybody say yes. So you are seeing my screen. Amazing. So once I've copied the color code, you can see it here, right? Next thing I want to do now is I'll create a gradient. I'll just duplicate this one. Come here. This is solid color. The next one is gradient color. I'll click gradient color. The gradient is coming. You can adjust this like this. Is coming from here to here. So you notice blue, this, whatever those colors are. So I'll select the first one. If I let me add another one, I'll just click like that and add it. So I have 3 now, right? So I'll select the first one, which is this one. Come to this, my listen, copy the color code, Control C, select that gradient I'm creating, paste it there, Control V, enter. I'll click out and select the second one, copy the color code. Remember, I picked the color first, so I'll go back to linear, go to the second color, paste it. Then the third one, like that. Copy the color, Ctrl C, select my linear. From solid to gradient, solid to gradient, I'm using linear. You can do radar if you want. We'll do all of these things, but let's just design first. Ctrl V, enter. So I have that view, right? Next thing I want to do is I will save this linear as a color style. I already taught you guys how to save your style guide, right? So I'll come over to this place, apply styles, create styles, call this linear gradient, gradient, enter. So I'm going to use this gradient for both my fill and my stroke. You understand? So if I type try, this is bonus for free. Of course, my button size should be around 20 or 18 downwards. You should know how to operate your typography by now. So this is the size, this is the line height, right? The line height is the spacing between your text and this box. So this one, you can keep it on auto, AUTO. Then you see the space is now normal, right? So I can make this is regular. I'm trying to create that button. I'll keep it at medium. If I press Shift A to create my button, I have that. To fill it now, I'll fill with white first, then go to my style guide. That one I've saved, I'll just apply it. Are you seeing the button? Are you seeing my button? But my text is not looking like their own because I like doing things almost exactly. I'll just try my best to make this semi-bold, then make this 18. It's not still looking like it. I don't think that text is inter. You know it from the what's it called? The F. Oh, no. Okay, we'll just work with inter. For the sake of time, we have just 1 minute left. Let's work with inter. But what I'm trying to show you is just the gradient. Then I'll give it a curve of, as you keep designing, you understand these sizes. I'm giving it 16. 16 look too curvy. Let me give it 12. I think 12 is perfect. I'll give it a stroke. See that my stroke is black. Then how do I give my stroke a color? I'll come over to this apply style again and select the outline. So let me put it in a white frame so you see what I'm doing. Oh, okay. Let me take out that stroke. I don't think the stroke gradients and the fill gradients are the same. So let me create gradient for the stroke. I like doing my things exactly, right? I've taken out the stroke. I'll give it a new stroke. So what I want to do now, I want to copy, and it's obvious if you look at it, this is the fill blue and this is the stroke blue. The stroke blue is dark than the fill. If you also look at this part, you see that this side is dark than what we have here. So let me just let me create that quickly. I'll copy this 3 shade again, like that. Select the first blue, go to my fill. You must know how to use your eyedropper tip. You must still, I'll zoom out, click that. I've gotten that shade of blue. It looks similar, but it's not. I'll select the second one, zoom out. I'm taking the stroke color now. Look at it, stroke. You can see they look alike, but it's a darker shade. I'll select the third one. Just pick that like that. And I have my 3. Oh my God. All right, so we have our color shade. Next thing I want to do now is I'll duplicate this one to form my gradients. It's the stroke gradient I'm working on. So I'll come over to the fill, select from solid color to gradient. I'll select gradient. This is not compulsory. If you can't do it, rest. I'm just giving you guys as bonus for people that are hungry to learn. I'm sure everybody will try this out, especially peace. Then Sebastian must try this. All of you will try it. I know Ezimano will try it too. If I will miss somebody's name, all of you will try it. I know all of you are serious students. So I'll click on the first one, copy the color code, Control C, come here. I've already applied my linears just to paste the code, Control V, enter. Click on the second one, copy the color code. We are creating for the outline. Control V, enter. I'll click on the third one, copy the color code, come here, Control V, paste. And I'll just save that, new style, stroke, gradient. So I've created that style. So if I click outside, you see we have linear gradient and stroke gradient. So if I come over to my stroke right now, we're done, brethren. I'll come to the stroke. It's currently black. I'll click here. See that I have a different shade right now. Did I get it? Of course I did. The only difference now is just my text. If I want to still force myself, one other way I can achieve this text is I'll come to the typography part. This is this called line height. This is called letter spacing. You will notice that their own letters are shrinked. Mine has a bit of space. So if I change this from 100% to -2, see that it's shrinking. Let's try -10. Oh, it's too much. -4 should work. Perfect. So it's not exact, but at least you can see that I got my gradient and I got my outline gradient. So you want to try this at your leisure, right? And that'll be all for now. So we've successfully talked about how this is done, right? Thank you so much for staying to the end. You guys are awesome. Awesome, awesome. I'll see you guys next week, Sunday. You can submit your link. You can submit your. Let me even mention everybody that came to class. Don't leave. Don't leave. If I mention your name, you say present. All right. I like all of you. I beg you guys should go. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Oh my God.